Peace of Christ to all, and welcome everybody with answering the Abdul, the Muslims speaking about our Bible. There is one thing always the Muslims, they do their best is to make you believe that Jesus is not God. But remember, in the worst scenario, if the Muslims succeed to fool somebody with such a false statement, you cannot find better than Jesus still to follow. Let us say, somebody wanted to convince you that Jesus is not God, but he is just a prophet. But who in the world is going to follow someone, he is a filthy person like Muhammad, and leave Jesus anyway? So your work, Muslims, is going in the wrong direction, and you are going to lose, and you are losing ground big time. Jesus is not qualified to be God. What is the qualification to be God? You know, the funny is that the Muslims, they do not know even what their God said about the qualification to be God. But I don't blame them. They are Abdul. Have you ever seen Abdul? He understands his religion. If we go in the Quran, the yellow pages, by the way, I'm not disrespecting the Quran by calling it the yellow pages. The yellow pages is a lot more organized and make more sense. As an example, you know, you go on yellow pages, you can find names by letters. You can find, I mean, it makes sense. In the Quran, you find the verse speaking about Musa, the second verse speaking about Adam, the verse after it's speaking about the fly, the verse after speaking about a mosquito, the verse after speaking about an elephant. You have no idea what those verses speak about. But let us see, what is the qualification to be God according to the yellow pages of the Quran? Here, we will go to the Quran. You see, I don't use really a Christian method usually. They try to prove the Muslim wrong by showing from the Bible first. A Muslim, if you answer him from the Bible for 100 years, he is not listening for a very simple reason. He is a Muslim. And Muslims don't listen even to their own prophet. And we can prove it easy. So here if we go, in the Quran we will find the following. Allah himself, supposedly, the one the Muslims they call him God, he put a qualification for who can be considered as God, and this can be found in front of us in chapter 22 verse number 73. Let us see what the yellow pages book saying, which is Muhammad aka Allah, saying in this Quran, chapter 22 verse number 73. You can click at any funny translation you see in front of you, because all of them they are funny and stupid and far away from the truth, but we use them to get the Abdul busted. And by the way, I saw a Muslim saying to me, you are using your funny stupid translation as if it's my translation. If I use my translation, they will say he's lying. If I use the Muslim translation, they will say he's lying. It doesn't matter what you do, they will call you a liar. However, let us see what their God say, which is Muhammad. Muhammad is a very smart person, and he thought he is, you know, he is doing the right thing by giving certain answers. And those answers always they come in a very weird way, which cannot be really, I mean, this man, obviously, he don't know what he's talking about. This chapter here in front of us, as we see, 2273, have 4 translations in English in this website, and we can use any one of them, because I don't want the Muslims to say I'm picking up anyone. You can click them all. All right. As I said, all of them they are stupid, no exception, because translation of the Quran is meant to defend Islam, not to translate. All mankind, a similitude of has been coined, so listen to it carefully. Verily those who on whom you call beside Allah cannot create even a fly. Okay, let us change the translation. Maybe this guy, his translation is stupid. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I say stupid, it's good to say that. I think it is fabricated. All mankind, etc. We click at this one, sorry. Let us go to Biktal. Let us go to Shakir. Okay. Shakir. O people, a parable is set forth, therefore listen to it. Surely those whom call upon beside Allah cannot create a fly. Okay. So they should all together gather for it. Okay. and should the fly snatch away anything from them, and they could not take it back. Okay, so what the God of the Quran here is saying, which is Muhammad, saying that you cannot even create a fly. Their God cannot create a fly. And I find it very funny and very stupid. Like, can your God Muhammad create a fly? Can he? What is the proof? Nothing. Nothing. You know, I can worship now a refrigerator and say my refrigerator can create a fly. Would you have a proof? No. At least refrigerator is something we saw. Your God we never saw. We don't know who is he. Nobody knows. Never even spoke to Muhammad once. So here you will notice something stupid Muhammad saying, that the one who can create a fly is worthy of worship. But he forgot, the idiot of the village Muhammad, that Jesus, he created not only a fly, he created a living bird. Chapter 3 verse number 49, it says that Jesus, he create. Now the Muslim, they will say to you, by the leave of Allah. Okay, let me tell you something. I am now making fun of Allah by the leave of Allah. This is what the Muslims will say. But there's no proof of it. There's any proof? Somebody, he went, let us say, yesterday, the French team, they went against Croatian. I can claim right now that this is my will. Christian Prince, he is the one who made the French will. Like what? What are you talking about? Yeah, it's my will. Do you have a proof? No. So here, the stupid Muhammad, he forgot that he just mentioned that Jesus, he can create from the mud a bird. Look what it says. I have come to you with a sign from your Lord. So the Muslim will say, see, it says from Allah, but there's no proof of that. What is it proving in the Quran, or the Quran confirming that Jesus, that I make for you out of the clay, as it were the figure of a bird, and I breathe into it. You see here, the Abdul did not put, but it says I, and I breathe into it, and it become a living bird. Here they say by the leave of Allah. By the leave of Allah, prove it. So what it confirmed, that Jesus can create. The Muslim, they claim that Allah created Adam. How he created Adam? He fashioned a mud, and he, after he fashioned the mud from the clay, made a figure of a person or a whatever bird, and then he breathed into it. This is exactly what Jesus did. Now remember, the Quran came after Jesus, not before Jesus, which means we cannot say that Jesus is copying from the Quran, but we can say that the Quran is copying Jesus, the Creator. So here what is confirmed in the Quran, in the book of the yellow pages of Muhammad, that Jesus can create from the mud a bird, and all what you need to do is just to breathe into it. Then we notice that Muhammad, in the other verse, this idiot, he said that, you know what, how you worship a God cannot create a fly. So if we can worship, if we can find a God who can create a fly, that is the qualification. And this is the qualification coming from the Quran. Anyone can create a fly. The reason Muhammad, he mentioned here a fly is how small, like it's even a fly, how small it is. Can your God create it? But this is stupid, silly, because creating fly can be more complicated maybe from creating a donkey. This is the size, I forgot, in Islam size does matter. Fly is one of the most complicated creatures. If you study them, you see how fast they move, how the energy is consumed. As an example, a fly eat little, but their wings can move thousands of times in little distance. So it's amazing. Like, there's no way we can make an airplane one day have the ability capable the same as the fly. The fly can land upside down, which means in the ceiling. The fly can hang anywhere. The fly can stand, they can move, they are so extremely fast to the point it's very hard even to beat them. So creating a fly is not really a smart choice of Muhammad when he spoke. You cannot even create a fly. But Muhammad, he thinks the size does matter. But Jesus created a bird. And the one who can create a bird, it means he can give life. This is what is matter. So the qualification for the Abdul, who's talking about the qualification of Jesus, not to be God, it's in your Quran. Whoever can create life, not a bicycle, You see, your prophet, he mentioned a fly. He did not say create a bicycle. Bicycle is not a creation. It's an idea, creative idea. That is not life. So here is about creating a living creature. That is the qualification. So stop being fool, Muslims, and respect your God who said, if you can create a fly, then you are worthy of worship. Stop being an idiot and respect your God. Your God is the one who said so. Don't you respect him? Obviously you don't. Now we go back to this Abdul. This Abdul here, he said, let us move so you can see. Read your Bible, little truth. Okay, let us see. Suddenly, the Muslim defined the truth in the Bible. Jesus is a man known as a son of man, and perhaps, a prophet, said that God is not a man, neither the son of man. You see, you are a stupid liar like your prophet. I'm not insulting your prophet, I'm insulting you, because I said you are like your prophet. You know what I mean? This is the big insult. I mean, imagine somebody says to me, you are like Muhammad. That's really disgusting. So if we go to the book of Numbers, chapter 23, verse number 19, everybody will see that you are a big fat liar like your prophet. Let us go there. Does it say there what this guy is saying? No. Liar, liar will end in fire. Here, we see in the front of us, let us zoom in a little bit. Make the text bigger maybe. All right, that's good. God is not a man that he should lie. So it doesn't say that God is not a man. It says God is not a man who should lie. So God doesn't lie. Man, they do. Man, human being, they do. They are sinners. They are son of Adam. So one of the feature of God that he don't do lie. It's not about him not being a man, neither the son of man. And here Abdul said, well, neither the son of man. Do you see? But the stupid idiot, he forgot that Jesus is not the son of any man. And here, this is a very important evidence that Muslims now, they just prove to us that Islam is a stupid religion. Because no Muslim can tell us why in the Quran it says that Adam is born not, he is made from dust. And that explains why he is a son of any man, because he's not born. But Jesus is born from a woman, but yet he is not the son of a man. This Abdul stupid, he will say to you, the Bible says Jesus, he said the son of man. This is about him being in the flesh, not about being born of a man. Everybody knows in the Bible and in the Quran that Jesus is not the son of any man. If you don't believe me, we can show you the verses in the yellow pages of the Quran. So if we go here, we will find the Quran saying the following. Chapter 22, verse number 91. And chapter 66, verse number 12, saying the same thing. What it says, let us read together and love. And here we need to ask the Muslims now about the stupidity of this book. Why Jesus is a son of no man? You see here, look what it says. That Mary, she guarded her chastity. This is the first translation. It doesn't say chastity, it says guarded her vagina, which is a very savage, language of a filthy man. His name is Muhammad. What kind of a prophet he say? She guarded her vagina. I mean, actually, it's not even vagina. It's the word start with P. You know what I'm talking about, right? So the one who guarded her vagina, and we breathe into it. You see here, they put between two brackets into her body. This is a lie. It's not exist. It says breathe into it, which means into her vagina. I mean, what kind of a God? He is a vagina kisser, and he breathed into vagina. You cannot do better. And the funny, the Quran says that Jesus is the same as Adam. Adam is created by Allah saying to him, be, and he was. Is that true? This is false. This is stupid. Again, the Quran keep making. Sorry, we have to mention those verses again, because sometimes I feel like I'm talking to donkeys, and donkeys sometimes they are smarter than a human. What you can say? If we go here, chapter 3, verse number 59, you will see the stupid creator of the Quran says the following, that you know, there is a similarity between Adam and Jesus. Look what it says. That the similarity between Jesus in the front of Allah, as Adam, he created him from dust. But this is stupid. He just showed us in a different verse that he did not use dust when he created what he called Jesus or Isa. He sent his word to Mary, and then he breathed into Mary. Where is the mud? Where is the dust? He put dust inside her vagina. This is stupid, idiot, donkey. I mean, go and learn some logic. Like, you know, when somebody write a novel or a story, if your novel does not match with the chapter, imagine in one chapter you say that I created from dust, and the other chapter says no, I did not. I sent my word down to Mary, and then I breathed into her vagina, and then Jesus come to exist. Or this is a different story. Where is the dust? Same time, you idiot. If Jesus is from dust, then who is Adam? Because that means Jesus is the first man. That's stupid. And that means that Jesus and Adam are the first men at least. And both are born not of a woman. This is a stupid statement. But who? You are talking about who? About Allah. This is the most stupid, ignorant person. Muslim, they call him Allah, but in fact it's Muhammad. He make fabrication, and when he speak, he do poo-poo. He don't talk. This is why his talk is like, it smells so bad. It's like a sewage. So here we notice, if we ask the Muslims, who say to us that neither the Son of a Man, what is the real reason that Jesus is the only person who is born, yet he is not the Son of a Man? They have no answer. That is the reason, my friend, for his God. He is not the son of any man. This is why Jesus said, I am from above. My kingdom is not in this earth. So, and if we read the rest, the Muslim, they say to you, Jesus, knowing that the Father had given all things into his hand. You see how stupid you are, Muslims? You just admitted that everything in the hand of the Father is in the hand of Jesus. I mean, what does that mean? This is what the Christian call the Trinity, you idiot. You just confirm that Trinity is true. Because if he is just a prophet, he do not need to have what is in the hand of God. All what he need to do is just to deliver a message. But as you see here, Jesus don't have a message. He is the Word himself. You see, if we go in the stupid yellow pages of the Quran, we will find something very funny about Jesus. I say funny because Muhammad is a very funny person. When he speaks, he do poo-poo again. If we go here in the Quran, it says, all those verses, let's move this thing here. All those verses in the front of us, let's go back. Chapter 3, verse number 46, chapter 110, and then here, in chapter 19:29, there is a very strange story. In this chapter, the Jews, they speak to Mary about Jesus. They question her. In other way, they are questioning her honor, which is very stupid of Muhammad to say, because Mary, she never been questioned about her honor by the Jews for a very simple reason. She was engaged. Engagement in the Judaism religion is equal to marriage. So here, when the Jews, they came to her, and the Muhammad, again, he's making a stupid mistake by saying, oh, sister of Aaron, your father was not a bad man, and your mother was not a whore. Doesn't say, by the way, and chaste. This is stupid translation. You see, Islam is a stupid religion, savage language. It says not a whore, baghiya. She was not a whore. Another way, actually, the street language is not even a whore, it's a hooker. But she pointed to the baby, and they said, how he can talk to one who called a child in the cradle? The child is in the cradle. The woman, she just gave birth to him, and now Mary, she is pointing her finger. She been ordered not to talk, to fast 3 days. And then when they spoke to her, she said nothing except pointing her finger at Jesus. They asking her the question. she pointed her finger, and they understood what she's meaning. She said, ask him. And they said, how we can, what are you talking about? What are you saying to us to ask him? How can he talk to one who is a child in the cradle? He said, I am indeed the servant of Allah. He has given me revelation and made me a prophet. Question: how come the stupid Muhammad took him 40 years before he received revelation? And when he received revelation, he had no idea what this is about. A man came to the cave, squeezed him three times like a mayonnaise, and no mayonnaise came out. And he kept saying to him, read. And Muhammad, he go to his wife, and he snore, and he go like crazy, like a cow, like a camel. And then he go and take him from his hand as if he's a child to her cousin, the cousin of the cousin, Warqa bin Nawfal, which is the real father of Muhammad. And then she tell him the story. And then the father of the Muhammad, he said to him, this must be an angel. His name is Jibreel. He is in charge of delivering secret of God. So Muhammad, he is 40 years old, bigger than a donkey, bigger than a mule, and yet he have no idea what's happening. And this is Jesus, the child. He is just born. Where is Jibreel? Where is Jibreel who will come and deliver messages? Who is the one who delivered this message to this child? Anyone can tell us? Not only the child is talking, which is an amazing miracle, who taught him language? He learned it where? Before he was born? After he was born? He do not need to be taught. He is the Word of God, you idiot. So Jesus in your book is the Word of God, which means Jesus Christ is the talking, walking, living Word of God. So he came to us in the flesh of a man, but he is not a man, which means God is not a man, but he come in the flesh of a man. He took a form of a man, the likeness of a form of a man, the likeness of a sinner, which means when you are in the form of a man, you are a sinner. The second you see a human being, this is a sinner, there's no question about it. Unless he is a baby. And even babies, they commit sin, but their sin is not really considered to be sin because they don't know what they are doing. As a baby, he might stab you with a knife, but you do not know what is that. You have no idea that he just killed you. He might play with a gun in front of him and he shoot you, but he have no idea that this was a crime of killing because he is just a child. He don't know. He is not aware. This sin is about awareness. So here we find that Jesus is not the son of a man. And he is the one who have no need of Jibreel to deliver a message to him, like the stupid Muhammad who need to be squeezed many times, and each time he hears something, he act crazy. As an example, when Muhammad received the message of his God, Al-Fatiha, which the Muslims, they pray 5 times a day, he received it when he was doing poo-poo. You believe it? If you look with me here, this is chapter 1, verse number 1. It says how Muhammad, he received this revelation from his God. How he received it? It says, the Messenger of Allah, whenever he went out, which means to do poo-poo, used to hear someone calling him saying, "Oh Muhammad." And whenever he heard this, he used to flee. Why? Muhammad, he received tons of verses before those verses, which means he saw the angel already, he spoke to him many times. So why he flee this time? It was a strange voice, a voice with diarrhea because he was doing poo-poo. Why he flee? I mean, how stupid it is. Then again we find the appearance of Waraqah. Waraqah is the real father of Muhammad, and he is the real maker of Islam. Waraqah bin Nawfal advised him, okay, well, next time you hear the voice, stay in your place. Hold on. So when Muhammad, he heard the voice, he ran. The voice cannot follow him. The angel, he is like fixed with the screwdriver in the wall. What do you mean you run away and the voice stop? The angel is going to deliver a message to him. So why he don't follow Muhammad and say to him, hey Muhammad, stop? Why he don't continue? He say, oh Muhammad, and he stop? So, oh Muhammad, and Muhammad, he flee. And the angel, he stopped screaming. I mean, this is stupid. So now Muhammad, he been advised by his doctor, Dr. Waraqah bin Nawfal, his real father, and he said to him, next time, Abdul, you hear this voice, you better stop running, you idiot. All right? We need to know what this guy want to say to you. So when he stopped, he said to him, Al-Fatiha. So the prayer, the Muslims, they pray 5 times a day, received to Muhammad, delivered to Muhammad during the diarrhea time. Imagine. While Jesus in the Quran, He spoke when he was in the cradle. And then the Quran says that Jesus and Adam are similar, which is very stupid because Allah created Adam from mud. He never said to him, be, and he was. And he never said, Jesus be, and he was. Allah never created anything, neither in the Hadith or in the Quran, by saying be. That is a big stupid mistake of Muhammad, showing contradiction, because Allah said that he created Adam from a clay, and he made a figure of a person, and he breathed into. Where is the be? And the same for Jesus. He breathed into the vagina of Maryam. And then we have a guy, his name is Isa. Who's Isa, by the way? Let it go. So here, when the Muslims speak about Jesus cannot be God, he just proved to us the opposite. Then Jesus answered to them, my doctrine is not mine, but the one who sent me. That's wonderful. So Jesus, he's telling them, the man in front of you is not the one who provides the authority. It is the one who sent the man to you. But who is the one who sent the man to you? It's the Father. But who is the Father? Let us see who is he, so we can find the Abdul in trouble again. Okay, hold on. This thing is appearing from time to time. We find Jesus in John chapter 10, verse number 30 says, I and my Father are one. So Jesus, when he said the one who sent me, he's speaking about the flesh. But yet, he and the Father is one. So you see the flesh, this is the way you can meet God, for nobody can see God and live. Now, unless God, he allowed it to happen. So God, he humbled himself, he come in the flesh of a man, and he called himself the Son of a Man because he have the likeness of a man, but he is the son of no man. He is not a man, and he is eternal, and he is exist always, and he is with no sin, and he never committed sin. If we go in the Bible, we will find tons of reference about Jesus, that he, here when he say, for God loved the world, that he gave his only begotten Son. The Muslim, they said to us in a previous video, the Bible speak about, there's many, like all the Christians and even the Jews, they called God our Father, but there is different, my friend. We don't call ourselves, we are the only begotten sons. We call ourselves that we are the children of God. And obviously, the stupid Muhammad, he got that wrong, because he thought that when we say we are the children of God, that means we are children because God, he have sex with our mother. And this is what even he thought about Mary. If we go in the Quran, you will see this idiot, he have a wrong understanding for Christianity, to the point he think that God, he married from Mary, and they have a son. So if we go here, we will find the Quran saying, let us switch to English. Let's switch. Arabic. Okay. You see, the one who wrote the Quran have a madness, and he don't understand what the Christians believe. All right, read with me here. In chapter 4, verse 171, I mentioned this one many times, so let us go to something else. All right. Chapter 6, verse 101, which is funny, 101, that's fantastic. It says the following, and it is shown us again that Muhammad is professional idiot, stupid, mad, he have no idea what he's talking about. Read with me carefully, please. To him due the primal origin of the heaven and the earth. How can he have a son when he has no concert? So Muhammad now trying to refute the Christians says to them, you think that God have a girlfriend, her name is Mary. You know, they say in China, he left as a donkey, he never came back as a horse. And that is your prophet. If he could not even understand what the Trinity is about and what the Christians believe, how you stupid think that God of the Christians have a consort, he have a girlfriend. And to make it more funny, Muhammad later he said that if Allah he want to have a wife, yeah, he will. But not from the females of the earth, from the female of the heaven, the virgins. Well, isn't Mary a virgin too? Look at this guy. Look at this stupid Muhammad. Allah, how can Allah have a son if he don't have a girlfriend? Do Allah have a girlfriend? Let us see what it says. It says here in the Quran, let us read, لو أردنا أن نتخذ لهوا لاتخذناه من لدنا إن كنا فاعلين. What does that mean? Chapter 21, verse number 17. I don't want the Muslim to say he is giving false interpretation. So let's go and see what the Muslims believe. 21:17. Take a note, please. Here we go. 21:17. Madness, stupidity, shish kebab. Welcome to Islam, the religion of camel urine. Had we desired to find a virgin that would provide the virgin in the way of partner or a child, we would have found it with ourselves. Allah is one. Allah is one. Allah will find a partner with ourselves. How many times you heard the Muslim says, we believe in the oneness of God. We believe in the oneness of God. Allah, he say we, it's mean oneness of God. It's a kind of respect. How what respect? He is going to have sex with a partner. That is ourself. That is the oneness of God. What is ourself? How that can be one? How he call that? How he can call that oneness of God? He call himself ourself. He will have a partner. Allah will partner with himself. He will have sex with himself. He's speaking about having a girlfriend or having a wife, which means he want to sleep with her so he can have a child. This partner is to provide a child. He cannot, excuse my language, if himself, unless that's weird, that's sick, that's really sick. I hope not. So here, let us understand here, the Muslims, they give us a clear understanding. We would have found it in with ourselves among the beautiful eyed Huris or the angels. The possible girlfriend for Allah is not from the earth. Don't waste your time. You have a dating website in the heaven for the Huris. How stupid that is. Yet they say to us that Allah is one, Allah is not a man. What it means that he can have a partner to have a child with the Huri. And then they say, oh, but we don't have a desire. Who cares if you have a desire right now or not? Maybe you need to take some pills. That will not change the fact that it's possible for you to take a virgin as a wife. And who is the one saying that? It's him, Allah, it's not me. So it's possible for him, but he don't have a desire. Maybe he have a medicine problem. He need to take some Viagra or something. Right now he don't have a desire, but maybe later he will change his food. Maybe, So what is confirmed here, that Allah cannot be God. Why? Because speaking about having a partner, which is a wife. Have you ever heard of God have a wife? This is why Jesus don't have a wife. So look at Jesus, born with no father. He is son of no man. He never commit a sin. He never lied. He never did anything wrong. He said to them, who of you can prove me to be a sinner? Can anyone prove that I am a sinner? Nobody. I am and the Father is one. Jesus said many things about I am. Jesus said as an example, can any one of you convict me of a sin I commit or I commit sin? Nothing. Nobody can. That's amazing. And somebody says to me in a different comment, you idiot, stupid. Jesus was holy in the Quran. Where? Where it says he was holy in the Quran? Okay. Let's just see. Let us see where in the Quran it says that. Don't get angry from me, Abdul. Take your pills. Drink camel urine. Alright, let us see. No, hold on. Read with me here carefully. chapter 19, verse number 19. It says that Jesus is the Holy Son. He said, Nay, I am only a messenger from the Lord to announce to thee the gift of a Holy Son. Holy Son. Which son can be holy? My son, your son? No. That is Jesus in your Quran. So all the false things you say to me here, trying to play games with the statement in the Bible, doesn't make sense unless you are just a person. Make no sense. All those verses is saying that Jesus is God, for he is given the authority. Everything, all the authority of God is in the hand of Jesus, and you are the one who posed to me the verse. Everything, Jesus knowing that the Father had given all things into his hand. Do you see? All things given to his hand. Do you see it? Oh, God share all things with the person. Creation, healing, knowing the future. Like the Quran says that Jesus, he knew the future. He can tell you even what you hide in your houses. So why Jesus have all those qualifications? Look, name one thing is similar to anyone. It's about Jesus. Nothing. Nothing. Death, he is alive. He is alive for the Christians. He is alive for the Muslims. Sin, he is holy. We showed you the Quran, chapter 19, verse 19, is holy in the Bible. Never commit a sin. Never commit a crime. He can do what no one can do. And the Bible full of verses about Jesus forgiving sin. Who can forgive sin? Save God. So Abdul, you are wasting your time, and you are proving to us over and over that Christ is your Lord. And again, before I finish this video, it's getting long. Can any Muslim tell us why Jesus is a son of no man in Islam? We know why in Christianity, because supposedly the Christians believe that he is God in the flesh. But he is a son of no man for what reason? Every human being, according to the Quran, is born from a sexual relationship, either by marriage or non-marriage. So why Jesus do not need sexual relationship? Where every human being, including me and you, we are born of a sexual relationship, regardless if it's from marriage or not, because that will not make a difference, except it's in the eye of God is not right. But the Quran confirms that everybody is coming from relationship, either by marriage or not, which means bisexuality, pure sexuality, chapter 25, verse number 54. And if you read the interpretation of this verse, you will see the Muslims accept that according to this verse, if you have a daughter from adultery, she is lawful for you to sleep with her. Why? Because according to Islam, a daughter from adultery, she is not considered as a daughter, so you can sleep with her mother and her father and her daughter in the same time, which is your daughter from your blood. Thank you very much for watching. Please share the video, and may the Lord bless you all. And Abdul, you got busted again and again. Thank you. God bless.